There's been a lot of talk about Ariana Grande lately, and it's not about her music or her acting, it's about her face.
When I got there, they said, "We don't know why you survived. You need to lose weight and lessen the stress on your heart."
Hollywood has always been obsessed with beauty, youth, and staying camera ready. But in 2025, something shifted. Weight loss drugs like OZEMPIC and similar GLP-1 medications exploded across the entertainment industry, turning transformations into headlines and red carpets into speculation zones.
I did it. Told y'all I was gonna bump like this.
I'm just me. The world is ready for self-love.
Let this be a reminder that you can do anything you set your mind to.
Some stars lost 20 pounds, others lost 50. A few became completely unrecognizable, and while some celebrities openly admitted what they were using,
I've tried everything. It's just the science for me, calories in versus calories out. Ozempic works because you eat less food.
others stayed silent as the rumors grew louder. The results? Shocking, controversial, and in some cases, impossible to reverse.
I'm 173 now, so I hope to get down to like 130, which would be awesome, so I look better in paparazzi pictures.
So what really happened when Hollywood's biggest names started chasing that ultra-slim look? Sharon Osbourne, the transformation she couldn't reverse. Sharon Osbourne became one of the most talked about names in the OZEMPIC conversation, and not in a good way. She admitted publicly that she had used the weight loss drug and lost a dramatic amount of weight. But what made her story different was what came after. Sharon revealed that she went too far. She dropped so much weight that she looked gaunt, and when she tried to stop taking the medication and regain some of what she lost, her body wouldn't cooperate. She said it became nearly impossible to put weight back on, even after stopping the injections. Her face appeared hollowed out, her frame dramatically smaller, and fans who had followed her for decades barely recognized her. Sharon didn't sugarcoat it. She warned others about the risks of pushing weight loss too hard with these drugs. Her transformation became a cautionary tale about what happens when the pursuit of thinness goes beyond health and into dangerous territory. She was open, honest, and regretful. And that honesty made people pay attention. Because if someone as bold and unapologetic as Sharon Osbourne was admitting she went too far, maybe the drug wasn't as harmless as Hollywood made it seem. Whoopi Goldberg's dramatic shift on national television. Whoopi Goldberg shocked audiences when she showed up on The View looking noticeably different. Over the course of several months in 2025, she lost a significant amount of weight, and it wasn't subtle. Her face was slimmer, her body smaller, and viewers immediately started asking questions. Whoopi confirmed that she had been using GLP-1 injections, the same class of drugs that includes Ozempic and Mounjaro. She didn't hide it. She talked about it openly on air, explaining that she wanted to lose weight for health reasons. But even with her transparency, the transformation sparked debate. Some fans praised her for taking control of her health. Others worried that she looked too thin, too quickly. The speed of the change made people uncomfortable. And because Whoopi is such a visible figure on national television, her transformation became a daily reminder of how widespread these drugs had become. Every episode of The View became a before and after comparison. Social media exploded with side-by-side photos. And whether Whoopi intended it or not, her weight loss became one of the most discussed celebrity transformations of the year. Serena Williams, from athletic powerhouse to unrecognizable. Serena Williams built her legacy on power, strength, and dominance. Her athletic frame was part of what made her unstoppable on the tennis court. So when she confirmed using weight loss medication and dropped over 30 pounds, people were stunned. This wasn't just a celebrity getting skinnier. This was one of the greatest athletes in history completely reshaping her body. Photos from 2025 showed a much leaner Serena, and the contrast was jarring. Her muscular build, the same one that had been celebrated for years, was suddenly gone. And while Serena said the weight loss was intentional and tied to her post-retirement health goals, fans couldn't help but wonder if the pressure to fit a certain Hollywood mold had played a role. She had always been body-shamed during her career for being too muscular, too strong, too different from the traditional feminine ideal. Now, suddenly, she fit that mold. And it didn't sit right with a lot of people. Was this about health, or was it about finally conforming to an industry standard? The debate raged online, and Serena's transformation became a symbol of how even the most powerful women in the world aren't immune to Hollywood's beauty pressures. Rosie O'Donnell's 50-pound drop that shocked fans. Rosie O'Donnell posted a photo in 2025 that sent shockwaves through social media. She had lost 50 pounds, and the change was so dramatic that fans flooded the comments asking if she was okay. Rosie confirmed that she had been using GLP-1 injections for several months, and the results were undeniable. Her face was slimmer, her body smaller, and longtime followers of her career said she looked completely different. Some people celebrated the transformation and congratulated her on the weight loss, but just as many expressed concern. Rosie had always been open about her health struggles, including heart issues, so the sudden and extreme weight loss raised questions about whether this was truly safe for her. And like Sharon Osbourne, Rosie became another example of how quickly these drugs can change someone's appearance. 50 pounds in a matter of months is not subtle. It's fast, it's noticeable, and it makes people wonder what the long-term effects might be. Rosie didn't shy away from the conversation, but the image she posted became one of the most viral celebrity weight loss photos of the year. Lizzo admits it, breaking her own body positivity brand. Lizzo built her entire brand on body positivity, self-love, and rejecting traditional beauty standards. She became a global icon for celebrating curves and refusing to shrink herself for anyone. So when she admitted in 2025 that she had used OZEMPIC as part of her weight loss journey, the internet exploded. Fans were divided. Some supported her choice and said she had every right to make decisions about her own body. Others felt betrayed, arguing that her admission contradicted everything she had preached for years. Lizzo addressed the backlash directly, explaining that her decision was personal and didn't change her message about self-acceptance. But the damage was done. Photos of her slimmer physique went viral, and the phrase "Ozempic glow-up" started trending. Memes flooded social media. Think pieces debated whether Lizzo had sold out, and regardless of where people stood, one thing was clear. Her transformation was one of the most controversial celebrity stories of the year. Because it wasn't just about weight loss. It was about whether someone who had spent years advocating for body positivity could still hold that message while using the same drug that Hollywood's elite were using to chase thinness. Amanda Bynes and the paparazzi pressure confession. Amanda Bynes made headlines when she publicly announced that she had started taking Ozempic, but what made her confession especially striking was the reason she gave. She said she wanted to look better in paparazzi photos. It was a blunt, honest admission that cut straight to the heart of Hollywood's obsession with appearance. Amanda had spent years in the public eye, dealing with mental health struggles and media scrutiny, and now she was openly saying that the pressure to look perfect in candid photos had pushed her to use weight loss drugs. It was a rare moment of transparency in an industry that usually hides behind vague statements about lifestyle changes and wellness journeys. Amanda didn't sugarcoat it. She was using Ozempic because she felt judged every time her photo was taken. And that confession sparked a larger conversation about the toll that constant public scrutiny takes on celebrities. Because if someone like Amanda Bynes, who had already been through so much, still felt the need to change her body to avoid criticism, what did that say about the culture we've created around celebrity bodies? James Corden's podcast reveal and Hollywood's open secret. James Corden didn't try to hide it. He talked openly on his podcast about trying Ozempic, and he didn't pretend it was some big secret. He acknowledged that the drug had become incredibly popular in Hollywood and that he had joined the trend. Fans who followed his career noticed the change immediately. His face was slimmer, his body smaller, and by 2025, the transformation was undeniable. But what made James Corden's story interesting wasn't just that he used the drug. It was how casually he talked about it, as if it was just another tool in the celebrity wellness toolkit. And in a way, that casualness revealed something bigger. Ozempic had stopped being a taboo. It had become normalized. Celebrities were talking about it openly, joking about it, and treating it like Botox or fillers. Something that used to be whispered about was now discussed on podcasts and in interviews. And James Corden's transformation became a perfect example of how Hollywood had fully embraced the GLP-1 trend, turning it from a medical treatment into a mainstream cosmetic choice. Sunny Hostin's on-air transformation journey. Sunny Hostin didn't hide her weight loss journey. She openly discussed using Mounjaro, a GLP-1 medication similar to Ozempic, and documented the process on The View. Over the course of several months, viewers watched as Sunny's body changed dramatically. She lost a significant amount of weight, and the transformation was impossible to miss. Fans flooded social media with comments, some praising her transparency and others expressing concern about how quickly the weight came off. Sunny remained open about her experience, talking about the challenges and the benefits. But even with her honesty, the visual change was so striking that it became one of the most discussed transformations of 2025, because Sunny wasn't just a celebrity posting carefully filtered photos on Instagram. She was on national television every day, and audiences could see the difference in real time. Her transformation became a case study in how visible these drugs had become and how quickly they could change someone's appearance. Ariana Grande, when skinny becomes scary. Ariana Grande showed up to red carpet events in 2025 looking dramatically thinner than fans had ever seen her. Photos from award shows and premieres sparked immediate concern. Her frame appeared frail, her face gaunt, and social media lit up with worry. People weren't just speculating about weight loss drugs, they were genuinely scared for her health. Ariana didn't confirm anything publicly, but the speculation grew louder with every appearance. Forums debated whether she was using OZEMPIC or if something else was going on. Fan pages posted side-by-side comparisons showing just how much her body had changed. And whether or not Ariana was using weight loss medication, her transformation highlighted a troubling reality. The line between skinny and scary had started to blur in Hollywood. What was once seen as desirable had crossed into dangerous territory, and Ariana's appearance became a focal point for that conversation. Because when fans are more worried than impressed, something has gone too far. Christina Aguilera's jaw-dropping before and after. Christina Aguilera's transformation in 2025 became one of the most talked-about celebrity makeovers of the year. Photos comparing her current appearance to just a few years earlier showed a dramatic difference. Her body was significantly slimmer, her face more defined, and the change was so striking that OZEMPIC rumors became impossible to ignore. Christina didn't confirm or deny anything publicly, but that didn't stop the speculation. Media outlets ran side-by-side comparisons. Social media users analyzed every photo. And whether or not she actually used weight loss drugs, her transformation became a symbol of how quickly and drastically bodies were changing in Hollywood. Christina had always been open about her struggles with body image and weight fluctuations throughout her career. But this change felt different. It felt faster. And that speed fueled the conversation about just how widespread GLP-1 medications had become in the entertainment industry. Chrissy Teigen's silent speculation storm. Chrissy Teigen didn't say a word about OZEMPIC, but that didn't stop the internet from talking. Photos of her in 2025 showed a noticeably slimmer figure, and speculation exploded across social media. Forums dedicated entire threads to analyzing her body. Before and after photos circulated endlessly. And even though Chrissy never confirmed using weight loss drugs, the rumors stuck. What made her transformation especially interesting was the silence. Chrissy had always been outspoken and candid about her life, her struggles, and her opinions. But on this topic, she stayed quiet. And that silence only made people more curious. Because in an era where so many celebrities were openly discussing their use of GLP-1 medications, Chrissy's refusal to address the rumors felt deliberate. Whether or not she actually used the drugs, her transformation became one of the most speculated about stories of the year. Rebel Wilson, from Year of Health to GLP-1 reality. Rebel Wilson spent 2020 documenting her year of health, sharing workout videos, meal plans, and motivational posts about her weight loss journey. She became an inspiration for fans who wanted to lose weight through traditional methods. But by 2025, the narrative had shifted. Rebel spoke publicly about using weight loss medications, and her dramatically slimmer appearance confirmed what many had suspected. The transformation was striking. Rebel had always been open about her struggles with weight and her desire to get healthier. But the admission that she had used GLP-1 drugs added a new layer to the story, because it raised questions about how much of her earlier weight loss had been diet and exercise, and how much had been medication. Rebel didn't shy away from the conversation. She acknowledged that the drugs had played a role, and she didn't apologize for it. But her transformation became another example of how these medications had reshaped the celebrity weight loss narrative. The reality TV effect, Dolores Catania and Michelle Visage. Reality television stars like Dolores Catania from The Real Housewives and Michelle Visage from RuPaul's Drag Race both experienced dramatic transformations in 2025, and both were linked to GLP-1 medications. Dolores appeared noticeably slimmer on camera, and fans immediately picked up on the change. Michelle Visage was even more open, talking candidly on social media about her experiences with weight loss drugs and how they had impacted her body. Reality TV thrives on transformation, and both Dolores and Michelle became case studies in how these drugs had infiltrated not just Hollywood, but the entire entertainment industry. Their changes weren't hidden behind carefully controlled photo shoots. They were documented on weekly television episodes and Instagram stories, and that visibility made their transformations all the more impactful, because audiences could see the changes happening in real time, and it made the prevalence of these drugs impossible to ignore. Kelly Osbourne's denial, despite the evidence. Kelly Osbourne's transformation in 2025 sparked immediate Ozempic rumors. Her face appeared noticeably slimmer, her cheeks more hollow, and fans were convinced she had used weight loss drugs. But Kelly denied it. She insisted that her transformation was the result of lifestyle changes, not medication.
I know everybody thinks I took Ozempic. I did not take Ozempic. I don't know where that came from.
But the rumors didn't stop. Social media users posted photo comparisons. Commenters dissected every interview she gave. And despite her denials, the speculation continued to swirl. Whether or not Kelly actually used Ozempic, her transformation became another example of how quickly suspicion could take hold. Because in 2025, any dramatic weight loss was immediately linked to these drugs, and denials only seemed to fuel the conversation rather than end it. What happens when Hollywood goes too far? The explosion of Ozempic and GLP-1 medications in Hollywood has fundamentally changed how we talk about weight loss. What used to take months or years of dieting and exercise can now happen in weeks with a weekly injection. And while these drugs were originally developed to treat diabetes and obesity, they've been co-opted by an industry obsessed with appearance. The problem isn't that the drugs exist, it's how they're being used. When celebrities lose 50 pounds in a matter of months, when their faces become gaunt and their bodies frail, when transformations become so extreme that fans express genuine concern, something has gone wrong. These medications are powerful and they come with risks. Sharon Osbourne couldn't gain weight back even after stopping. Others have reported nausea, extreme fatigue, and muscle loss. And yet the pressure to look perfect on camera has made these drugs more popular than ever. Hollywood has always had a complicated relationship with beauty standards, but Ozempic has taken that complication to a new level. Because it's not just about looking good anymore. It's about how quickly you can get there and how far you're willing to go. The celebrities on this list are just the ones we know about. Dozens, maybe hundreds more are using these drugs behind the scenes, and the long-term consequences are still unknown. The question isn't whether these transformations are shocking. They are. The question is whether Hollywood will recognize when it's gone too far, or if the pursuit of thinness will keep pushing boundaries until something breaks. The transformations of 2025 weren't just about weight loss. They were about an industry willing to embrace anything that promises perfection, even when the cost is too high. And as more celebrities speak out, as more stories emerge, and as more before and after photos flood social media, one thing becomes clear. The Ozempic era has changed Hollywood forever.